This is a stainless steel tumbler that I made look like a carbon fiber tumbler using automotive vinyl wrap. I'll show you how in this video, so let's get started. Alright, to get started, you can see that I have my cup that I'm going to be wrapping in this carbon fiber look vinyl wrap. This is just Vivid's XPO series True R carbon fiber vinyl wrap for automotive purposes, but obviously you can use it for other than automotive purposes. Again, my stainless steel mug that I picked up at Michael's on sale. I'm going to clean this off with an alcohol water mixture to get rid of any dirt, oil, debris, residue, whatever that might be on here, to help allow the vinyl to stick well and better to it. Okay, got that cleaned off. I just used the microfiber cloth to help wipe that down. Couple tools that we're going to be using. I'm going to need a utility knife of some sort. Squeegee will be helpful to have as well, and we're going to be using a product called knifeless tape today, and that's going to help cut the vinyl without actually having to cut with a knife on the vinyl and on top of the cup, because I don't want to scratch the metal surface underneath if I cut too deeply. Also, have to have handy, have a heat gun so you can apply some heat. If you do not have a heat gun, that's okay. A hair dryer works just as well also. Alright, so to get started, I'm going to go ahead and peel off some of my vinyl from its backing, and then I'm just going to pick a spot here, and then I want to place the vinyl. I'm just going to tack that down on its edge here, just like this. Now, automotive vinyl is designed to be repositionable. It's very durable as well, so it's kind of ideal for something like this, which is a high wear, high use type of item. Alright, so once I've got it tacked down really well, I want to take my knifeless tape and I want to apply following the edge of where I placed my vinyl. And if you noticed, I put the knifeless tape with several inches off of one side, and I'm going to put it several inches off the other side, off the top and the bottom of the cup respectively, and then just take your knife, cut that off. Alright, so now that I have that down, and that's going to be important later because we're going to put the vinyl on top of this, overlapping, and then we're going to cut that vinyl. And there will be a seam in this particular project. So if you're hoping for a seamless one, unfortunately that's not going to work. I don't know how you would do this as a seamless project without hyper stretching the vinyl, and even then I don't know if you could still do that. Regardless. Okay, now I'm going to peel back a little bit more of my vinyl, and I'm going to warm up all the loose vinyl, not just one area. I'm going to warm up all the vinyl that I have loose, just to kind of soften it up a little bit. Nothing crazy. I got it on low heat. What this will do is help me apply the vinyl over this, because it is a curved surface, and so curved surfaces tend to make wrinkles like that as you're trying to apply a flat item. And so heat helps with making the vinyl stretch a little bit better and helping to get rid of any wrinkles as well. You can add a little bit more heat here. Heat also shrinks the vinyl to some degree. Wrinkles are often just a representation of excess vinyl, too much vinyl for the surface area that it's trying to be applied to, so it presents itself as a wrinkle. Now, because this is a carbon fiber pattern, if I do stretch, I don't want to pull too hard, because I don't want to distort the weave pattern too much. A little bit is okay. Everybody has different tolerances for how much they are good with distorting the carbon fiber pattern. Some people, they don't care at all. Some people want it perfectly straight, which, you know, that's a little harder to do, especially when you're trying to put something that's two-dimensional and flat on a three-dimensional surface. Okay, you can see by warming it up, all those wrinkles kind of just went away. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it just a little bit of a tug, nothing crazy. I'm going to apply it down. You can see like my center is pretty good, but I do have some wrinkles towards the top and the bottom. That's okay. Just address that here. Just going to lift it up a little bit, try to work that out, and I'm just giving it slight little tugs and pulling in different directions as well to try to get that down and onto the surface without wrinkling or too much distortion as well. Alright, so I have an area here with some wrinkles there, so I'm going to give it just a little bit more heat, and I'm going to shrink that just a little bit. You can see the vinyl kind of shrinking. I'm just using light heat, guys, nothing crazy, real light heat. I don't want to ruin the vinyl or overstretch it or anything like that. And now that the vinyl's soft, I can just put it down, Give it just a little bit of a tug to help smooth things out, otherwise known as glassing things out in the vinyl wrap industry. Okay. Alright, so take your time doing this. You can see that I'm just working around the cup incrementally. I'm just doing a little bit of warming, a little bit of stretching and laying down. Nothing crazy. I'm not trying to do everything in one shot because I don't want to ruin the vinyl pattern as I do this. You see, for the most part, I'm pretty okay. Maybe a little bit of waviness, and I'm actually personally okay with that. If you don't like that, just peel it back up and then try it again. Warm it up to correct the vinyl. I'm getting to a point where I have a little bit too much excess paper here. It's getting in the way. So I'm just going to take my knife and cut away this excess here. Just like so. Without cutting the vinyl, be careful. Alright. And so here you can see I have a little bit of vinyl that's exposed. So I'm going to expose a little bit more, fold back the rest here as I'm doing like that. And then I'm going to continue the same process. I'm going to warm up the vinyl on low heat. And you can see the heat relaxing and kind of shrinking the vinyl down as well as I do that. And then just kind of give it slight tugs. And I can see I'm kind of wiggling it just a little bit. And what that does, it helps shimmy out those wrinkles as it's being laid down onto the surface of the cup. Just like that. Alright. Almost there, as you can see. Bring that up just a little bit more. Now I'm leaving the paper on here because that gives me kind of a handle of sorts to hold on to right here. And eventually I'll get rid of that paper. But in the meantime, I'm using it to my advantage to help during the installation. It's the installation process. So give it just a little bit of tug and a little bit of shimmy. Get that down there. Smooth that up at the top. Focus on the bottomish area here. Might need a touch more heat there. Push out that wrinkle. I'm going to give it a little bit of heat right here. I'm going to heat this whole area up here. You can kind of see how it shrunk that vinyl down a little bit. Okay. And then for that area, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a tug here. Smooth that out with my finger. Okay, here we go. Continuing on. Now that I have that down a better, I'm going to peel a little bit more paper here. I'm going to warm this area up. Notice I'm warming the whole area, not just one little section. So I'm going to, again, do the same process of kind of shimmying it down onto the surface as I apply it. And then once I got it down, I can smooth it out. Just like that. Okay. Almost there, getting closer. Alright, so you can kind of see this ridge here where I have the knifeless tape under the vinyl. Now I'm going to bring this back, since I did give it a little bit of tug over that knifeless tape. So I'm bringing it back just over it. I'm going to heat this to relax that vinyl. That's just over that edge there because I don't want any tension over that knifeless tape. And so I'm just going to heat this to relax the vinyl. See a little bit of fingering down there, and so now I'm just going to let that kind of chill, cool off for a second or two. And I'm not going to stretch it anymore. I'm just going to lay that down while it's still warm. And that way I'm applying this vinyl over the knifeless tape without any stretch, because the stretch has already been taken out. Basically the vinyl has been relaxed. I'm just placing this vinyl down over that knifeless tape. Warm this up again a little bit more. I'm down doing this in my basement, which is kind of cool. It's around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, and so it is a little bit cool. The vinyl wrap cools off really fast in this kind of temperature. And the ideal temperature for vinyl wrap installation is about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so now that I've got that over the knifeless tape, I've relaxed it all over the knifeless tape, I'm going to go ahead and pull my knifeless tape to cut that excess vinyl. So here you can see I've got the knifeless tape that's covered by this vinyl now. It's kind of angled simply because this is a curved item. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my knifeless tape under this vinyl piece here. And then to get the knifeless tape going, what you want to do is you want to release this yellow filament from the green carrier tape by pinching right here and kind of giving it a good snap. As you can see that I broke the carrier tape, or the filament away from the carrier tape right here on the other side. You can hopefully see that. And then once you got that going, you can pinch where the knifeless tape is hitting the vinyl and continue that on through. Just like that. Now, peel off that top layer of vinyl, and then half of the carrier tape, and there's going to be another half of the carrier tape underneath where you had just cut. So I'm going to peel that out from underneath there as well. That way I've got the excess vinyl and the carrier tape out of there. Now where I have my scene, I'm just going to go ahead and smooth it down real tight so that everything is sealed nicely. Alright, so now that I have that done, I'm just going to go over everything with a little bit of heat to get everything relaxed, see if I have any wrinkles, any bubbles. And I'm going to hit the edges over the top and the bottom edge here to allow the vinyl to kind of flop over the top edges and the bottom edge as well. See, that's what I'm doing up here. If I see any wrinkles, I'm allowing the heat to shrink the wrinkles and then smoothing it out as well. So I have a little bit right there. So now the heat has softened the vinyl and shrunk down the material bit. I can just smooth it all down. Okay. So now what I'm doing here is I'm just getting this over the edge of the cup's lip and just smoothing and rolling that over the edge there. I might need a little bit of heat to help smooth it out, relaxing the vinyl, and just smoothing it out and just getting it over the edge, just like that. Just like that. Cool. So now I'm just going to use my fingernail and just kind of go over the edge like this. Just make sure it's over the top edge. If you don't have a fingernail to do that, I know mine are pretty short, you can just work it down over the edge with your finger. But I'm just doing that. If you have your squeegee, you can probably just smooth it down over the edges as well, just like that. Alright, so now that I have it just over the edge, make sure everything's nice and even, hit it with some heat just to make sure everything's smooth. I don't want to go too far into this cup simply because I have the lid that will go in with this rubber gasket on it, so I don't want the vinyl in here so that as I pull the gasket up, it pulls the vinyl out as well. So I just basically want to go over the top edge so that when the top is on, everything looks sealed down and nice. Okay, so now that I've got that down like that, I'm going to go ahead and take my knife. I'm going to use the side of the blade against the inside of the cup, kind of at an angle as well. So boom, just like this. So I'm kind of at a 45-ish degree angle relative to the cup edge. And I'm just going to slide my knife along the edge, just like this. And I'm tugging the vinyl as I cut to help make sure that the cut is as clean as it can be. Like that, and if your knife is super sharp, it will cut through the vinyl very easily. Alright, if you do have some jaggedy edges, what you can do is just take your knife and make sure that you have it at the angle that you want against the edge. And you can just slide the side of the knife against that edge. You can trim off any excess here. Just make sure you don't turn your blade in towards the cup, because then you can gouge or scratch the cup as well. Notice I have this as completely flat as I can to this, but just add a slight angle like that, and that way I can trim off this little pick edge that I've got going on here on the cup. So just continue this process all the way around so that your edge is nice and clean and it looks good. Functionally or aesthetically, when the cap is on, it's not really going to matter, because I'm going to make sure this is all sealed down before I put that cap on. And I have it past this so that that gasket doesn't grab the vinyl as I pick it out. So when I put this on, it looks perfectly sealed. Okay, I pull it off, the gasket is not catching the vinyl and peeling off the vinyl, trying to peel off the vinyl every time you take that cap off. All right, and so on the bottom, I'm going to kind of do the same here. I'm just going to straighten this out just a little bit. Again, with my knife, I'm going to start this. This may be a little tough because the cup rolls on you as you're trying to do this. So kind of at a 45-degree relative to the bottom of the cup. And you can just roll the cup and let your knife's blade do the work. Again, it is a little difficult because this cup is rolling on me, trying to slide out on me as I do this. So just take your time doing it. Again, a sharp blade will make it easy because it'll just slide right through the vinyl without any issues. That one kind of went on me there a little fast. Boom, just like that. Now, if you don't like your trim, you can, now that that's out of the way, you can kind of hold it a little bit better and trim it out if you want to. And you can see I'm trimming just super thin hairs or shavings off of there, just to make it look a little bit cleaner. Really, it's up to your personal taste, how crazy you want to get with it, but I wouldn't cut too far back after that. All right, and so cleaning that off. Go over it with a little bit of heat to make sure everything is set. Make sure you don't have any bubbles. Heat your edges and make sure that they're sealed down so that they don't pick and peel. Heat on your edges so that they're all nice and sealed. A little bit of warmth and then a little bit of pressure all along the edge. Alright guys, and so that is basically it. Now my stainless steel cup looks like a carbon fiber cup. So if you thought this video was helpful, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification button so that you get notices when I post new content to the channel. Got more videos in the works and on the way, and I'd love to share those with you. Thanks again for watching, guys, and have a great day.